What is going on, everybody? It is your favorite Everything GR Wisdom, and we're back again with another episode of the Atlanta Noire podcast. And this evening, I have my lovely guest here, Ashley, and we're going to be addressing a lot of cool things tonight involving Atlanta, the lifestyle, just the way of life, just in general. So let's just jump right into it. Ashley, how are you doing this evening?
I am blessed and highly favored. That's what they
right.
say.
I know that's right.
I'm alive, darling.
You alive?
I'm alive.
How was the drive here?
Atlanta traffic.
Atlanta traffic.
Yeah, that's all I have to say.
That's all you
Atlanta
gotta say.
traffic. Seriously. It took me like 20 minutes just to get off of my street. I was ready to hurt someone.
That's terrible.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's terrible.
That's it.
I'm glad you made it, and you made it here more than punctual. You
And
know
I
what I'm
didn't
saying?
hurt anybody.
Didn't hurt anybody.
Yeah, I'm so sorry about getting here early.
Awesome. Thank you. But I'm glad you're here.
Yes. Thank you for having me.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Anytime, you know. So, for those who don't know, Ashley, I came across you. And it's still a viral clip still going to this day. I came across you somehow on social media, and you were doing a skit with a gentleman, and he was a short king.
Yes.
From what it appeared, and the way the video was done, it made it look like you played in the WNBA.
Right.
And you were like giant. You were a giant on there, and I think in the comments, which I know you saw, everybody was like, "Who is this woman?" A lot of people were Spanish speaking, just saying, "Oh my goodness."
Adios míos.
Yeah, adio mio and all that. So it was just like everybody was like, "Who is this beautiful giant?" But come to find out, you're how tall?
I'm 5'7".
She's the same height as Tory Lanez.
He's only that.
He's 5'7". Everybody thought he was 5'3". He's 5'7". He says that in one of his songs when people were making fun of his height. He's actually 5'7".
I am shocked.
So guys who think that Tory Lanez is short, she's actually short. She's 5'7".
I'm short. I have not. How dare you?
I'm just saying if they're calling Tory Lanez short, then you got to be short. You know what I'm saying? So that's all I'm saying. But yeah,
shocked.
Yeah, she's 5'7". But this guy, whoever the gentleman is, shout out to him.
Should I say his name or?
Yeah, go ahead. Go for it.
Morgan. I
Yeah.
just know it's Morgan Brothers or something with an A. Yeah, and it's been a while. And the reason why I don't know his name exactly is because I did reach out to him.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, hey, people are talking.
Yeah.
You know? And I didn't hear from him again, but it's Antoine Morgan.
Antoine, yeah, because I remember him saying Antoine.
Yes.
Yeah, my name Antoine. Yeah,
I believe he either played or had some sort of affiliation with the Falcons, but I could be wrong. But yeah,
Gotcha.
Yes, yeah.
Shout out to that brother.
Yeah, shout out to.
And
Morgan.
shout out to Morgan. You know, because the video is viral. I think it's obviously still doing numbers.
Yes,
so I appreciate
call me.
You know, I saw the video. And obviously, once I found out who you were, because everybody was like, "Who is this? Who is this?" Yeah. And I didn't know who you were until you commented on it, and then I tagged you on it because everybody's asking me all those things like that. This was a skit you did with him, but what is your background? Do you have a background in acting or?
So I am an actress.
Okay. Continue.
I'm a thespian.
She's a thespian.
Yes.
Continue.
I study mostly in improv. I'm from Boston, Massachusetts.
Boston. Shout out to Boston.
Yes. Not Boston. Boston.
Yeah.
We're dropping R's today.
For sure. Yeah.
And I came here to Atlanta late 2019, early 2020. And then, but yeah, I came out here because the market as far as acting was a bit booming more as far as like Black Hollywood.
For sure.
I was in LA when I graduated college because I went to UMass Boston. And then I graduated and moved to Los Angeles, and I was out there for about 5 years.
Oh.
Yeah, but the thing is, when I was in LA, it was mostly studying. So I studied Meisner technique and all of that sort of things. I went to Joanne Barron Studios.
Okay.
Holly Perry, she actually worked with Joanne Barron, and I know Keanu Reeves apparently went there. So it was a really serious acting studio in Santa Monica. And when you're there, you can't even audition. You can't audition for an agent. You can't audition for a role. It's like serious studying. You can't be late. You can't even miss one day. It's serious.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm from Boston, and the world of improv and those prominent programs when it comes to acting,
Mm-hmm.
but I didn't go to like Yale or MIT or Harvard,
Right.
those prestige, renowned programs, because I was like just like working on my own craft and developing my own stories
Mm-hmm.
and all that jazz in Boston. So when I went to LA, it was just studying. So I really didn't get to audition as much, and even when I did, I don't know if I should say this, but basically I'm on the thicker side. So LA said you're fat, and
Is that what you're being told, or
I was told that. Boston told me I was fat too, and so I was like, Atlanta's not gonna tell me I'm fat.
for sure?
I'm gonna fit right in.
Mm-hmm.
In my later years, I moved here,
Mm-hmm.
and I've been auditioned for some prominent names out here: Ava DuVernay, Tyler
Mm-hmm.
Perry, some really renowned casting directors.
Mm-hmm.
Have I got booked for major stuff? No, but I'm here. So but as an actress, or when you're in acting, it does take some time. So yeah, I'm just working on my craft and developing it and trying to keep hope alive.
For sure. For sure. Facts.
Timing is everything. It's just on God's timing,
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's not meant for me, maybe it is, but it is a passion of mine. I do love the theater. I love performing arts. It's definitely a passion of mine. With that being said, brought me to real estate.
Mm-hmm.
So now I'm doing real estate. I've had my license for the last year and some change.
Okay.
Yes.
Shout out to my realtors.
Yes. And so, yeah, real estate's pretty good. I love it. I think it's great. I like helping people and just being informative for people, knowing what they need and all that jazz. So that's pretty much my history in a nutshell so far. Yeah. I'll let you ask me some questions.
For sure.
While I take my sip.
Yeah. So, what was life like growing up in Boston?
Oh, Jesus. Okay. Technically, I grew up in South Shore.
Okay.
So that's Brockton.
Gotcha.
The city of champs. I don't know. Are you into boxing?
Somewhat. Yeah.
Well,
I'm not a
Rocky
historian, but go ahead. Continue.
Okay.
You about to say Rocky Marciano?
There is I think like a renowned, and boxer named Rocky Marciano.
Yeah.
He's from there. They call it the city. They called Brockton the city of champs. So I'm from Brockton because I went to Brockton High. I went to middle school and elementary in Brockton.
Okay.
But my family is from Dorchester and.
I'm familiar with Dorchester.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And my father, he's actually like in the music industry, like he does production and stuff like that. He's worked with a couple of big names. So we know the Wahlbergs a little bit.
You said the Wahlbergs?
Yeah, the Wahlbergs.
You do have a famous last name too.
I heard. I'm not related to
Not
Kenny
related.
Lattimore or the football player.
Got you.
I don't really. What's the football player's first name?
Y'all, I know y'all. She put me on the spot.
We are sabotaging
yeah,
names
yeah.
today.
Like GRA such and such.
I know.
Yeah. They don't even know your last. Yeah, but she just
Right.
said Kenny Lattimore.
No relations, either
Yeah.
way. Yeah, a famous last name, but no relations. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, but I'm from Brockton, South Shore, and I grew up mostly in Dorchester, and I went to UMass Boston. I'm a Beacon and all that jazz. So, yeah. That's me. That's
Gotcha.
the part of Boston I'm from.
So, what type of young lady were you in high school? Were you like into theatrics and things like that? Theater? Or you were just
I was
you the cool
track
kid?
star.
You was
I was
track star, okay.
I was the cool. I was
Okay.
the cool girl. I was probably one of the few ladies in high school who was wearing heels.
Okay.
But I was a track star, so
Okay.
I didn't really get into theater or get into performing arts in high school. It was until my last year I did a lot of improv, and I fell in love with improv.
Okay.
And I went to Boston Improv as well, and I did a couple classes there, and I studied there, and Boston and Salem as well. So it's been a pretty interesting ride in high school, but mostly it was track in school and the honor roll. That's me.
Got you.
Yeah.
So I know offline we were saying that you went to UMass while we were talking, right?
And there's four of them. I went to the Boston.
You went to the Boston one. But you said, and I'll probably, if I cut this out,
That's
I'll
okay.
cut it out. But you said something about you went to college at, what was that? When you were bartending?
Oh, okay. So I bartended in Atlanta,
Okay.
but I was I did catering in college, excuse me.
Okay.
So when I was going to UMass Boston to pay the bills, I was doing catering.
Mm-hmm.
So this catering company did a lot of events for Harvard, MIT,
Right.
and all those sorts of events. And I did maybe a little bit of serving some alcohol at those places. But it's even though I was of age at that point because I
Right.
actually went to college later in my early 20s.
Okay.
So I was able to serve
Right.
versus other kids who weren't because I went a little bit later. But yeah, I did some catering in Boston, and then when I moved here in Atlanta in 2020, I actually went to the Atlanta bartending school.
Gotcha. Hey.
Let me tell you, no, it was not good because when I applied for bartending jobs out here, I did not get a job. They actually frowned upon the fact that I went to a bartending school to get a certification. They prefer you to be like hands-on taught.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's what I've learned here in Atlanta with these restaurants. They don't like that.
Gotcha.
They prefer you to be like, oh, you worked here and you worked what? Yeah, they don't like that. But yeah, I did a little bit of bartending.
Okay, so yeah, because I was confused because I thought
know,
you were saying that you were in Atlanta when you were like in college. That's what I thought you were saying. Yeah,
yes,
so I got that confused.
No,
Okay.
so sorry about the confusion.
Yeah. So the journey, you finished school, then you went to LA afterwards, and you were in LA for 5 years.
Yeah.
And after those 5 years, you said you went. Was it somewhere else?
I went back home.
You went back home.
Yeah, I drove.
Hey, I made that drive plenty of times. Not that
No,
far, but
really?
cross country. Yeah.
I would never do it again. I can't.
Yeah.
I
I didn't like it, but
don't like it.
yeah,
Okay, it's an experience that every American
I think so.
should have because America is actually quite beautiful.
Right.
And it's so diverse.
Mm-hmm.
I think I went through 4 seasons in 5 days.
Mm-hmm.
And I've seen all sort of nature and stuff like that. I went to the Grand Canyon. That was beautiful. But it's the Grand Canyon, of course it is. So it's definitely an experience, but to do it again, no, absolutely not.
Got you. So you went back home, and what drove you to move to Atlanta was acting.
Yeah.
Okay. So how did that decision come about? One day you were just like, I'm done up here and I'm just heading down. Did you do research prior to, or how did that go?
Tyler Perry Studios.
Tyler Perry Studios. That's
Come on, man.
that was the catalyst.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
That was a big draw for a lot of actors. Some of the people that I actually went and took the class with in LA, we didn't know, but it was like, oh, dude, you're here too? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, oh my God. So we had to link up. And so one of the girls from the class that I took in LA, she moved out here too. So a lot of people that I knew from LA, predominantly African American, and even any race really, because there was a lot of production that was happening here in Atlanta, a lot of casting, and in Charlotte as well.
Right.
So people were moving down here especially when Tyler did that studio, did his big thing with the studios. Man, yeah. So a lot of the actors floated over here to Atlanta.
So was that your first time coming to Atlanta when you made the move, or had you been here before?
I had came here to visit, just to scope out the place. When I was actually in college, because I was thinking about it, I was like, maybe I don't have to go to LA. Maybe I can do something different than just a typical Hollywood stories. I went to LA, with $2. Let me go to Atlanta with $2. So when I was in college, I came down here and I took a look around. I scoped the place out, and I was like, I'm gonna go to LA. Yeah, so that's what happened. Yeah.
So when you moved down here, what was your first impression upon returning? How did that work for you?
When I first moved here to Atlanta.
When you first moved here to Atlanta.
Remember, I moved here late 2019, early 2020.
Right.
So 3 months into me being here, all hell broke loose.
Yes.
So that was fun. And I was stuck in my apartment. Because it was the pandemic,
right.
I'm a hypochondriac, and it was terrible. But honestly, at first I was scared of my mind because I'm here, I don't know anybody like that, and then there's a pandemic. Other than that, I wouldn't care because I'm a person that's like a go-getter. I'll go.
For sure.
In a hot second. Family, no family. I'm what they call a lone ranger.
Mm-hmm.
But when something like that happened, it was a little bit traumatic for me.
Right. Absolutely.
Oh my gosh, yeah. But it actually ended up turning out great because I like lost 30 pounds in my apartment by working out,
Right.
and it wasn't easy. But I lost my 30 pounds. I was auditioning like crazy, and I had some really big names. So I'm like, any audition I'm gonna do at this point, any audition is just gonna happen because I was auditioning like at least 3 times a week on average for like 5 or 6 months straight, especially in 2021. So it was actually interesting, even though I was in my apartment. So as far as what I came out here to do, it was starting to move, and I auditioned way more than I auditioned in Los Angeles, and people were actually looking at me. And as far as just being out here in Atlanta and like making friends, that was interesting.
Okay.
I'm a Leo.
Okay.
And I am an alpha female, and I can rub people the wrong way, even with
I'll be having a hard time clutching my pearls with this thing. I'll be like doing this and all this.
Just clutch your beer.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah,
you say you rub people the wrong way?
I can only because I can come off a little bit. I can come off brass because I'm very direct, and I can be a little bit protective of myself. So if I walk, I'm not afraid.
And you're
to
in a
walk
new place too.
Exactly. Yeah. So you have to read the room,
For sure.
and you do have to humble and pull back that strong demeanor because it might rub the wrong person the wrong way too. That you
Right.
probably want to connect with. So I had to learn that the hard way, with my profession, and in my social life. So that was because when you're from New England or up Northeast, it's a culture shock
Right.
down here. And I'm gonna be honest too, I didn't care. I was like, no, I came out here to get it, so I don't really care if you're offended or whatnot. Okay, well, you're gonna get more flies with honey than so.
For sure.
That's method. So I had to learn the hard way. Like, no, you got to pull it back. You got to just chill. They're moving at a certain pace than I'm used to moving, so I had to adjust that because it's patience. You have to learn patience here in Georgia, and specifically in Atlanta, you have to learn to be patient out here. Yeah.
What does that mean for the ladies who may be watching? What do you mean by you have to be patient?
Atlanta is its own like beast, and I say that whether it's your personal life with either friends, associates, or coworkers. Just realize that here in Georgia, they move at their own pace. It may be a little bit slower depending on where you're from, but you still have to be sharp, be on it, and be ready. So it's like a hurry up and wait here in Atlanta. So that's what I mean. I hope that offers you some sort of advice. But yeah, unfortunately, you have to hurry up to stay ready so you don't have to get ready because at any moment they can be like, okay, now we're going to go ahead and get into things and start working now because everyone moves at their own pace. To give you an example, to specify that, when I work these jobs, these 9 to 5, even though I'm building my own career, it's difficult because I'm like, hey, I see the areas where you guys are falling short. Let's just do this. Let's do it like that. Hey, can we get an answer on that quickly? Why are we even holding up? I can see the problem. We can solve it. I can see the issue, and I can also see the solution. Let's do it now. You have to realize that people are going to move at a different pace, and they're not used to all that. Whereas in New York or Boston or Northeast, they're like, yep, let's get it done. Boom, 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 boom. It's a different beast out here. And they're going to move, but they're moving at their pace. And you have to get with it. Read the room. Gotcha. And I'm sure a lot of ladies know that. But yeah, nothing wrong with a little bit of a reminder.
So that's interesting because I know we're getting a behind the scenes look at, as an actress, what you had to deal with. One of the things that I've talked about with other young ladies is that, and I know you weren't fresh out of high school or college coming here, so you were I
was a grown woman.
Yeah, you were a grown woman at this point. Because I think there's there's a certain, I won't even want to say a stigma, but there's a certain outlook on Atlanta that all your dreams are going to come true once you move here. You're a new person.
Yeah.
So when you moved here, you're an actress coming from coming from LA, then back home, then back here. What were you doing, like, as far as for work this while during the pandemic and all this stuff like that? Like, how were you making it at that point?
Grace be to God, because they laid everybody off. I don't want to say the company name that I worked for, but it was mostly customer service. that I
Customer
worked
service?
for,
Okay.
and they let us go. They let us go, like 75% of the stores. They let us go, and at least in the metro Atlanta area. Wow. Oh my God. And I'm sitting here, and George was looking at me like, you just got here like 3 months ago. We don't have to give you unemployment. I'm like, are you kidding me? And I just got the apartment. I just got my lease. And I called Massachusetts, like their office or whatever, and they was like, no, you're entitled to the pandemic assistance. Within days, I was getting like my assistance, and I was like saving and paying my bills with that. And I turned that frown or that unfortunate situation to a smile, and I was like, oh, you know what? I'm gonna just submit. And I was filming, and I was learning how to edit my footage and my content and all that jazz. So that's what I was doing to make some money.
Gotcha.
I was just this shout out to Massachusetts because they helped me.
For sure, 100.
And work started to come in. I got a couple of remote jobs. And when that money ran out, because the company did let you off with a nice little check when they let everybody go.
Oh, okay.
So that, along with Massachusetts, I was cute for a second.
You was cute.
Then, yeah,
What'd you say? You was cute.
I was cute.
I never heard that one. Man, I was cute.
I was a cute survivor.
That's dope.
Yes, but amen to that. But yeah, and then I was able to get a couple of remote jobs just to hold it down. But I was hoping I would get booked for something.
Right.
But that didn't happen. But that's okay. So, yeah.
So what do you have to say, in your opinion, for what I spoke on earlier, the young ladies or women who aren't so much young ladies who feel that Atlanta is all these dreams are going to come true when you come here? What would you say to those ladies?
Keep hope alive.
Keep hope alive.
Yeah, you just pray, be in your prayer life. And be safe out here. And don't compromise yourself. It's not worth it. I shouldn't have to say that, but you know what? Repetition is key, and we're human. Sometimes you got to repeat stuff to us. Have standards. Stand for something. That way you have your shield. So when you go on the world, certain things and certain people, they can't play with you in certain ways. And yeah, even if it did rub some people the wrong way, it might rub the person who may test those weak ones. It might rub them the wrong way. That's good though. Let's rub them away. But I feel you hold that confidence. Know your worth. Know your value. And even if those who don't see your value, that's okay. Maybe that's just not your room. Keep it moving. You got to stay optimistic. And I don't say that just for the women and men, any person who's listening. I say that for myself as well, because it's hard. I've been at this, pursuing acting for 18 years. You guys have never heard me until you've had this podcast or that random skit that I did 2 years ago. But you got to stay fabulous. You got to know your worth, know your confidence, and know your passion. There are a lot of world-renowned actors or actresses or even company owners and all professions who took them years, sometimes decades for them to get to where they're supposed to get to. And maybe they're not even meant for that. Maybe you went to go pursue acting, but you actually become a director, that sort of thing.
Right.
You know? I think Denzel was going for like pre-med, and now he's a world-renowned, one of the best actors that ever lived. He was in pre-med, but I believe, I could be wrong, and I'll stand corrected if I am. But yeah, you never know. You may go to pursue this, but you actually are meant for this. Because at the end of the day, it's his will. And you have this vision and you have this passion. Just work on that. keep hope alive and stay confident, know your worth, and yeah, thug it out. You'll be all right.
Thug it out. I
Is that
like
a good advice? I hope so.
No, definitely thug it out. Thug it out. Hey, if you, it's everything like you said it earlier. I think when you said it offline, or maybe you said it while we were talking. It's all about timing.
It is all about timing, and that is something that the universe is teaching me. My God.
My God.
Yes, honey.
Yeah.
I am Miss Impatient, darling. You should title this Miss Impatient.
Miss Impatient.
And I am in time, and time is teaching me patience every day. And there's a lot of people out there that I've met who are very patient. And I do appreciate that because I'm not. And I just feel like that's...
Yeah. I'll say that about myself too. But go ahead. There's nothing wrong with that, but go ahead.
Oh my gosh. So I appreciate those who are patient or at least working on being patient because that teaches me as well. So yeah, you gotta be patient. You gotta be confident, know your worth, man. It's all about timing. And even just to give another example with real estate, we had put a house on the market for less than 24 hours and we got an offer. The following week, they had their appraisers there inspecting the house.
Yep.
And the deal was contingent on those buyers selling their home.
For sure. Yeah.
So everything's going great. And everything passed. The inspection's great. And then all of a sudden, those buyers backed out of their deal. So they're like, can you guys just give us a few more days? We can probably get our house. And then they didn't get it in time. So we can't just sit in la la land. So we had to put our home back on the market. So here we are thinking, oh my gosh, we're under contract, less than 24 hours. We haven't even put our sign in here. And then boom, up, deal's gone. So it's timing. Maybe that house just wasn't for the right person. So real estate teaches you that too.
Facts. Trust me.
I chose
definitely your patience. Yeah.
Yes.
For sure.
Yes. It's definitely timing. Yeah.
Okay, so Ashley, we're gonna change gears here.
Yes, I love it.
I want to get your thoughts on because you've been here about 5 years, 4 or 5 years.
Has it been that long already?
I'm just going off what you said. I feel
Jiminy
you though.
Crickets.
Yeah. You said that on the elevator. That Jiminy, you're the first person I've heard say that.
I did.
That's cool though. I might pick that one up.
It does age me a little bit. That's okay.
What's your thoughts on the dating plane here in Atlanta?
You're gonna need to fill this up
because, and I'm gonna say that by saying because I hear that it's trash. We hear that it's a man's playground. But in your opinion, in your experience, what's your opinion on it, on Atlanta and the dating scene?
Do you want my optimistic?
I just want your straight up raw, uncut Bolivian
want me to
cocaine.
give you my Bostonian?
Let's hear it.
No chaser. It is a man's playground. I'm not married.
What does that mean?
There you go. I've been here for 5 years, and I'm not married.
Wow.
And the thing is, I don't know what's happening.
Yeah.
I don't know. The problem is and this has nothing to do with Atlanta. I was raised basically by Jesus Christ. My father is perfect. He's spoiled me, spoiled my sister, spoiled my stepmother and my mom at one time when they were together. We were all spoiled and taken care of. We were raised by a man.
Right.
They don't make them like him. So when you set the bar that high, honey, Prosecco.
Man.
And then
go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
And then you go out here and it's...
What is it out here?
Oh, God, I don't know. Like, guys are just... How do you say it in a PG-13 way? It's just... It's interesting.
You rated R, you know what I'm saying? Just...
I don't know. It's just... It's always a mystery. I'm not going to chase man. Okay. And that seems like that needs to be acquired, maybe? Like you have to kind of show effort. But I think that's ridiculous. It's like, you're the man. I shouldn't have to chase you. But I get it. there's more of me than there is of you as a woman. There's more women than there is of men. So you have your pick of the litter, so you're having your fun for the most part. And a lot of the time they're playing a lot of games in a sense where it's inconsistent or they're not being open and honest about their intention. And if you and I'm at my beautiful age of 37 and I'm fabulous.
She's 37.
You goddamn right I am.
I thought she was 21.
Oh, thank you.
Go
God
ahead.
bless you.
No, man, I was just letting you know the real.
Thank you so
yeah.
much. Yes, and I don't have the luxury of time to play games, and I'm not going to play any games. So if you're going to come into my world, you have to come with some sort of intention.
Right.
Get to know me, and if it's not your cup of tea, understandable. That's fine. But don't play games with me. I'm not in the mood. I don't have the time. I don't want to play games. And there are some people out there who want to play games because not every woman wants to be married. Some women are embracing. And what I've noticed, and here I go with my millennial crap, I'm seeing a lot more women embracing being single. Like they prefer that.
For sure.
And I think what? Why not? Because that's just the temperature now. I feel that women should just enjoy being self-sufficient and independent and embrace that. You don't have to brag and boast it, but just enjoy it and really learn who you are as a person. Do your spiritual journey, your health journey. Learn what's best for your diet and your skincare and your home and where do I want to live, those sort of things. Work on you. What is my path? What can I do to help someone? Be a benefit to society. So embrace being single, and it's not a bad thing to be single, but I do feel that a lot more women and men are embracing being single, and I think that's fine. You can associate yourself with a lot of people, go out or date yourself. I did that a lot in LA and in Boston and here.
What does dating yourself consist of?
Yes, honey, I take myself out to dinner. Shout out to Rocksteady.
Rocksteady?
Yes, I love Rocksteady.
What's that?
That is a bar and restaurant.
Okay, because I was going to ask you that. Rocksteady. We're going to timestamp that. Yeah,
you have
continue.
To go to, oh my God, we have to go. We have to go. We have
You talking to me like I'm your game.
Listen, we don't even have to go on a date. We can just go together and have some fun. I'm telling you, it's fabulous. Anyways, I've taken myself out to eat. I've taken myself out dancing, restaurants.
There's nothing wrong with that, but a lot of women aren't secure enough to do, and men also, not just women.
Yeah.
Men, a lot of people just aren't secure with doing that.
Wow.
But yeah, you said you take yourself out to eat, take yourself out dancing. Continue. This is good.
Yes. And I take myself to the movies, especially the movies. I would prefer, even if I was married and in a relationship, I need to go to the movie.
Why do people think that? I said that to somebody the other day.
What?
They think that's odd. I've never gone to the movies by myself. I'm like,
oh, I don't give a damn if it is.
Yeah, I don't care. Yeah,
I am watching this movie.
Facts. Facts.
I am busy. Shh.
Indeed.
And I'm like this. I might come back and watch it again.
Mm-hmm.
What's the last movie I went to? I
wasn't Beetlejuice, was it?
Jesus. Honey. Here's the thing, and I know Beetlejuice was our generation because we were talking about that, but I wasn't really into. I mean, I saw a couple of, and I love Michael Keaton. Shout
out to Michael Keaton.
Shout out to Michael
Batman.
Keaton. Fabulous actor, fantastic. I actually preferred him as he was my best Batman.
Yeah.
I don't know if you liked him when he did Batman.
This is gonna be unpopular, but I like the homie from your hometown.
Oh.
Yeah, I like Ben Affleck in my opinion. That's just me.
You thought he was the best Batman?
I think so, man. He fit the look. He had the look. He had the demeanor. I just wish it would have went further.
Yes.
And I think that was a missed opportunity. But anyway.
Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm gonna have to fight you on that. And Ben Affleck's from Cambridge. Yeah. We got a little beef with that. Yeah. Bostonians in Cambridge. But we're from the same places. Like, stop it. It's Memorial Bridge. So cut it out. Yeah. Anyways, I say that to say, going to the movie theaters as a thespian, I don't care if I go with people or don't go with people, but I prefer to go by myself because I watch it. So I'm not afraid to go out and take myself on a date. And I don't care that people are seeing.
Exactly.
And I know that I am a beautiful woman. So whether I'm by myself or with people, it's gonna look great anyways. I don't really care what other people think when it comes to that anyways. But I have been in pockets where I date myself, but I'm gonna be honest with you, I do want a husband. I want children, but I want. Do I need? No. Do I want? Yes. I would love to bring a life in the world, and that's very precious to do, to be a parent. And the thought of it, even though I say, yeah, I want that, it's a little scary. But I'm prepared. You're never really ready to be a mother or a father. But if I was ever to be blessed to be someone's mother and someone's wife, that's a serious
For sure.
role. And I would take it in strides, but I'm open if I was to be single for the rest of my life. I'm okay with that. I have 2 really good friends, and that's all I need. The whole crew and all that jazz. I can go out.
And the older you get, the more that list, you know.
It diminishes.
Yeah.
So much.
So Ashley,
Yes.
talk to me about the dating situation. What is the craziest dating experience that you have had since you've been in Atlanta? Because I know there's some crazy stuff going on out here.
Yeah. Oh, man. It took me a while to remember. Gosh. So it wasn't crazy. It was like funny. I was embarrassed for him. So we went out on a date, and I ordered my food, and he ordered his. It was kind of like a lounge type place because we actually met at Fellowship because I was a cocktail waitress there for a second. And
Okay.
yes, so
And this is a
Cam Newton.
Cam Newton spot.
Yeah, the cigar place. And I met him there, so he was very handsome, very demure, whatever.
Okay.
Yes, so we went to this other cigar spot that's over there on the Beltline, and I ordered my food, he ordered his, and then when I went to the restroom, I guess he had sent my food back. Now remember, this is a lounge.
This is the lounge, yeah.
So this cigar and mostly alcohol. So
Right.
like the food is tapas type stuff,
Yeah.
you know, appetizers and things. So when I came back, I'm like, I just want to order like crab cakes or the cinnamon, whatever, salmon, whatever, I don't know. And they didn't come. So he was like, all right, I'll be right back. I'm going to go use the restroom. I said, okay. So the waitress comes, she brings us another whatever drink. And she said, now I remember. She said, I said, oh, hey, honey, I ordered the crab cake. She goes, oh, yes, but your date? She, girl code, she gave me that look. Your date sent it back. I said, he sent it back? She said, yes. She looked at me, and I looked at her, and she looked at me, and I'm like, okay, here we go. That was my crazy experience. How do you send back the food that I ordered? So his food comes out,
Okay.
and whatever it is, I didn't say anything. And then 2 people showed up, and the waitress sits them right behind us. And it was like it was set up just like this. So he looks back and goes, "Oh, hey!" It was his friends that he just so happened to run into while we're out on a date. No, he sent those, or they probably told him to come through to scout her out or whatever. And they came. They were really nice. They bought us shots.
Okay.
And then I think after we were done with that place, we left and we actually went to another spot, and it happened again. I ordered my food. He ordered his. At this point, we're a little tipsy and we're having a great conversation, good vibes. And when we ordered our food, I ordered the lobster pizza. No, he ordered the lobster pizza. He ordered for us. 'Cause at this point, he's in his, boss man stuff, and he feels a little more comfortable. He orders the lobster pizza and also a margarita pizza.
Okay.
Because I did saying, oh, my crab cakes number came out. But I never told him that the waitress told me that he sent it back. So he was like, just because you didn't get your crab cakes, I'm going to go ahead and order the lobster pizza for you when we got to the second spot. I said, okay. And he'll get the margarita pizza. So as we're getting ready to leave, he's trying to get a kiss or get me to go back to his place at the end of the night. No, I'm good. And he takes the lobster pizza and leaves me with the margarita pizza.
Let me get this straight. You didn't get to eat at the first spot, but you watched him eat.
No, so remember, it's a lounge.
Yeah, it's a lounge.
So the stuff that he ordered, and remember, it's like little snacks, appetizer. It was what's the
Tapas?
no, the board with all the cheese and
Charcuterie.
Thank you. I just can't say the word today, and I don't want to sabotage it.
No, you're good.
Yeah, so he orders that board, and I ordered the crab cakes, but they never came. So he sent them back, and I didn't tell him that I knew that he sent them back because he just winked at me, and I'm like, oh God. So then when we got to the next spot, he was like, because you didn't get your crab cakes. I said, yes, I remember now. I told him, I ended up telling him. I said, she told me that you sent it back. He goes, no, I didn't. I just didn't remember you ordering the crab cakes, so I did tell her to send it back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I just feel like he was being cheap, whatever, and then he lied about it, which made it worse. So and then to top it all off, just because I didn't go home with you, which I'm not.
Mm-hmm.
And it's okay. Some women do that. Some men do that. Whatever. That's your business. You get it how you get it.
Get it how you get it, baby.
Right. Ain't nobody judging that.
Right.
I just wasn't. And it's you turned me off when you did what you did. So I'm damn sure not going home with you, bro. Are you serious?
Ain't even fed you.
Not the stuff that I wanted, at least. Not the board.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fun. Cheese and crackers. Are you serious? Yeah. I'm definitely going home.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I did bring it up to him when we got to the second spot, and he was just like, "What? Yo, let me get a lobster pizza and a margarita pizza." Okay. So they both come out. So like I said, because when he got to the car, he's trying to kiss and whatever, and he's trying to get me to come back to his spot. And I'm like, yeah, no, I had an early morning. I got stuff to do. He takes the lobster pizza and leaves me with the plain Jane.
So how does he do that
pizza.
though? Like he just like y'all are who is carrying the stuff? You know, I need to know the logistics of this. So he's carrying both pizzas, and he hands you. He's
and
like
opens the door for me, sits me in gently, and that's when he tries to work his. Je ne sais quoi.
People try to kiss on the first date.
Yeah,
that's crazy, man.
I mean, like I said, some people they do what they do.
So did the energy shift once you was like, yo, I got shit to do in the morning?
Yeah, it did.
It did.
He was like, all right. And then he put the food in the back on the seat and was like, all right, I'll talk to you later. Just let me know you got home. He didn't give a damn that I got home. And then I was like, yo, you got my pizza. He was like, oh, that was for me. I'm so confused.
Was that it?
That was it.
He didn't. Y'all didn't talk again. I'm pretty sure he turned you off.
Well, yeah, he turned me off, and he turned me off. He pissed me off.
He pissed you off. Yeah. Took your pizza.
Yes.
Sent your crab cakes back. You didn't even get to eat. That's crazy. That's nasty work.
At least not the stuff that I wanted.
That you wanted to eat. He wants you to eat some cheese and crackers and some meats.
Right.
Some salamis and shit.
Right, like the deli. And I'm like, come on, man. And it's really insulting because I'm like, as far as I understand, I feel like I come with a nice package. I come from a good family. I feel like I hold myself where a gentleman may want to come correct.
Right.
Then don't get it twisted. Like, I'm definitely can get down, have a good time, and stuff like that. Absolutely. But I feel like there was a sense that I left for you to treat me, correctly. I don't know. I felt like I was treated lesser than.
Gotcha.
And that's where the confusion is because I'm not putting out that sort of energy. And yet that's what I'm getting. So maybe it is me. That's why I'm like, I no longer blame it being Atlanta. I'm like, maybe I should reel it in.
Right.
But then so sometimes you do have to check yourself and look in the mirror and be like, okay, what am I doing wrong? Because this is what you're attracting.
Right.
Because after a while, it's the common denominator. Well, it's you.
So are most of the dates, have they gone like that?
No.
With dudes? Or
they've been disappointing.
Disappointing.
Whereas they'll play the game. And they realize that it's going to be maybe a little bit of work, and if not, it's work.
Right.
But, and I had to learn to not put all my cards on the table. Like, okay, this is what I want. Because I can be, I'm so direct. I'm like, listen, I want to get married. I want to get, like,
so
I'm not playing around.
You're doing all this on the first date?
No. I may mention, oh, that's where I'm dating is, to eventually that find me. Right. This intention. I'm not really interested in playing games.
Got you.
But I'm open to get to know people and build.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
Building a network. Yeah. I just feel that I rather be transparent. That if this is something you want to do, You're not wasting your time. You're not wasting mine. Everybody goes home, and we may be a good colleague.
Absolutely.
I may sell you your next home.
100 exactly.
You know what I mean? Or you may give me a nice little, audition or something like that. But I don't feel like I put out that energy, but maybe I am because that's what is being attracted. But then I know myself. I'm not putting out that energy where it's just, oh, that's the smash. And I understand I have a body. And it's voluptuous.
Natural or?
No, this is natural.
I'm just saying. I just had that.
Oh, yes, and I appreciate it. I understand. You got to ask.
Speaking for all men, and I think we know this.
Can you tell?
Can I tell?
Yeah, if it's real. Oh, okay.
Yeah. You can. I think a lot of men can tell when it's real, but I think men appreciate a natural woman. That goes for everything from hair down to everything else. You know what I mean? And I think that a lot of ladies, what do you think they do it for other women?
What?
Or do you get all these accessories and augmentations? Do you think they do it for other women, or do you think they do it for men?
I'm going to be honest.
Yeah.
I want a little bit of work, only in my tummy area. And it's not under the knife, like sculpting. I'm interested in that.
Okay.
Just because when you get older, certain things just don't want to go away.
Gravity comes into play. Yeah.
So I'm like, you know what? Let me cheat a little bit.
Right.
But if not, amen. Whatever, I'm fine with that. I'll stick to working out and the meal preps.
Meal preps, yeah.
Yeah, just trying and learning different things on that. But anyways, I don't think I understand some things I do feel is a little bit extreme. But and I'm a person who's black and white about most things, but that it's like, oof, I'm a little bit in the gray area. Because I understand, especially now, getting in my big girl age, that I get it. But then I don't feel like you need to go the extreme route.
Absolutely.
Shout out to Rihanna, because Rihanna looks fantastic. And as far as I understand,
Right.
most of her body is like natural. She's, from what I understand, I don't think she's really comfortable going underneath the knife, but I could be wrong. But I do appreciate that. I do appreciate the natural girls. My hair is natural. Oh, I wanted to ask you, I know you're supposed to be asking the questions, but how do you feel about, especially African-American women rocking their natural hair? Because there's been like a thing happening online where a lot of men don't really like the big hair. And me being me, I like to go against the grain. So I'll just be like, I'm wearing the big hair.
I think I speak for, as a black man, which a lot of y'all try to question my blackness.
Asian, Hispanic, he's gotten it all, folks.
And I think I speak as a black man, and from doing several videos edifying natural women, for lack of a better term. All black, from my understanding, and I'm going to speak for it, all black men love natural women. They love a woman. I think a black woman is the most beautiful in her natural state. All that extra stuff is just unnecessary. It looks crazy, and it's definitely not needed. In my opinion, that's just my opinion. How women feel about themselves and how they compare themselves to others. But that's just my opinion. I think in her natural state, it's bar none. So that's how I feel about it. And a lot of other men I know feel that same way.
So you like the natural hair?
Absolutely. And I think
the fro, I'm talking type 4.
Even on the video of yours, the comments,
the
comments were like, they were like, oh my goodness.
She didn't do her hair. And
I don't think they were saying that. No.
Really?
They were loving the hair.
They were loving the hair?
Absolutely. They were like, this woman is 100% natural.
Yeah.
This woman is gorgeous. And like I said, I'll have that video played at the beginning when I first, just so you guys can see it.
You really have to. Oh,
just so they can see.
Put it at the end.
Put it at the end?
Please.
People don't stick around that long.
Listen, I am Ashley Lattimore, darling. Feast your eyes.
Yeah.
You can watch the video later.
And I'm pretty sure people fell in love with that video just because you were natural.
Yeah.
And I think if more women went that route instead of doing all this stuff, and especially the high mortality rate of these procedures, but hey, who
are we to judge? But at the same time, there's a conversation. It's a topic of conversation. Okay, it's good to know.
So as far as men go, and I asked this to a lot of the ladies, what do you find attractive in a man?
His confidence.
His confidence? So looks don't matter?
Looks do matter. But if
Okay. Continue. This is good.
Looks do matter, but I'm willing to compromise it if the way he treats me,
Okay.
if he sees me. My ex is, oh my God, I don't.
You ain't got to say no names. But
I'm
yeah,
not gonna say
continue.
no names.
Continue.
But he's shorter than me. And what's odd is that Antoine Morgan reached out to me to do that skit, and I had just gotten out of a relationship, maybe like two and a half years prior.
Really?
Oh yeah, and he was shorter than me too, and my family was not feeling it. They're like, "What? You should be like with."
How much shorter? Because we know you're 5'7".
I'm 5'7", so he's probably like 5'5".
He must have been treating you like a goddess, as they say.
He did a little. He did at the beginning, but then he made me laugh.
He made you laugh.
Do you remember the movie? Obviously, everyone knows this movie, Roger Rabbit. Mm-hmm. Okay, who killed or who shot, whatever.
It's been a while.
Who kidnapped Roger?
I haven't
whatever.
heard that in a while.
And when they asked Jessica Rabbit, his wife, "Why are you with him?" Her response is, "He made me laugh."
Who framed Roger Rabbit?
Who framed Roger Rabbit?
Who framed Roger
Yes.
Rabbit? That's what it was. Yeah.
And when they asked Jessica Rabbit, "Why are you with Roger Rabbit? You were Jessica Rabbit." I'm like, fabulous, blah blah boom. Why are you with him? She said, "He makes me laugh." That's why I was with him. He made me laugh. We laughed. But mostly it is if he sees me. It's just take care of yourself and have a goal, have a vision, you know. But if you see me, I need that. I feel the type of personality that I am, I'm not around a lot of people. I'm very tunnel vision. I need to get this done. And I can get, and it gets hard out here. And not just here in Atlanta. I'm just saying hard in life, especially as a single woman. And I do feel like a single woman of color, you get misunderstood a lot. So if I have a man who sees me that I can call at any given moment and be like, "I'm so irritated. I can't believe like my manager is blah, 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 I don't even want to be here. I'm just working this job so I could." It's like he can see through all of that and be like, let's come to reality. Even if I'm wrong in a situation, tell me why I'm wrong. And you can sum it up shortly for me to understand. Because sometimes I can get cloudy and get distracted unfortunately, very easily with my anger. Because it's so much of what I want to do in life has been about timing, and I haven't got all the things that I want. What I prefer in a man is a man that sees me.
So you need you're looking for an effective communicator.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because it's hard for me to communicate because I've been so disappointed a few times, not just personal life, but professionally. I just feel like I've been misunderstood. So I would need someone to not only understand me, but see me. Because sometimes it can get so cloudy out here in this world by yourself. Right. I'm strong, but I don't want to be Superwoman all the damn time. Like when I see, but when you have a man like my father, come on, man. I don't want to cry, but I'm like, that's not only what I want, it's what I need. Yeah. And even if it's like a friendship with another woman, like just a human connection. And it's a plus if it's a man, Right. Just to have that human connection.
Do you find that difficult here in Atlanta?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I found that difficult in Los Angeles too.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the common denominator is me. So I feel like I need to be a better communicator. So when I select friends or associates, I'm very, very selective because I do struggle when it comes to communication on that level, on a deep level. And I'm so sensitive that I go deep all the time,
Yeah, I mean, everybody has their thing. Some people, if you leave it up to the internet, everybody has all the answers. Everybody's an effective communicator. The other person is the issue. But when you really get to know people and you learn things and you learn more about yourself, then you start seeing things for what they really are. But I think it's dope that you identified that because some women will be like, "Ain't shit wrong with me. Nothing's wrong with me. It's you're the problem." But
You got to be confident enough to look in the mirror,
for sure,
even in your worst of times, and be like, oh, "Okay, you know what?" Because it starts with you.
It's your world,
Michael
baby.
wasn't lying when he said "The Man in the Mirror" or whatever the song, and that song. That's the truth. You have to be able to face the person in the mirror because it starts with you. So yeah,
It's your world, baby.
that's
so
our after school special.
there we go. That's your TED talk, huh?
There you go.
So we got that out the way. So we know that short kings aren't a turnoff. What are some turnoffs for you? Obviously, you mentioned one with the guy earlier.
Yes.
What are some other turnoffs in terms of a
God.
man?
That was disappointment too. He was so fabulous, but looks wise.
That's crazy how like you can be like men don't care. Men be like, damn, she's bad. I don't care what her house can be messed up.
I would hope that
she
would be
can all this crazy stuff.
Jesus.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but I'm gonna cut that out.
Keep it in.
Yeah,
Keep it in.
But
let's get some awareness in there.
Yeah. Stay clean, ladies.
Exactly.
You know but yeah, what are some things that turn you off in a man that a man does?
Lies, games, manipulation. I feel like my brassness is necessary in that moment. Don't play with me. I'm not playing with you.
Okay.
Don't play with me. Don't waste my time. I'd rather you tell me, I just wanted to hit. Okay, so that I can make a conscious decision to either let it happen or not.
A lot of women say that, but continue. I'm sorry.
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
They do say that. But, and I'm just saying.
I'm not saying you're lying. I'm just saying, I think that's spot on, but go ahead.
Right.
Yeah.
Because just tell me that so I can excuse me, I'm waiting for my husband, thanks. And then move on. Nothing. I'd rather you than to manipulate and play in a game.
Yeah.
That pisses me off because now I'm like, I done wasted
weeks.
5 minutes on you.
Oh,
bro.
5 minutes.
I'm pissed.
Yeah.
So weeks?
Can't get it back.
Get out of here, man.
What else? So we got manipulating and liar.
Lies. Oh gosh, I can't. It's case by case.
Case by case.
When you get to know people, some things is maybe that's just not for me. I'm not a woman who is. I would date outside the race, given but I would prefer a black.
That's your preference.
That's just what it is, and just. There are some other men or women who have a preference as well.
For sure.
As far as who they date as well. And I have a preference. I prefer a man who is of African descent. And that's what I would prefer to procreate with if I was to procreate. So, yeah. But as far as things that is just a major is wasting my time. Don't waste my time. Don't. I would have appreciate it if you had told me this is it. You don't need to play games with me. I don't care how bad you want it. This is Atlanta. There's body every natural, unnatural.
Body everywhere.
There's bodies all whatever. So go. And there's some women who are open to that, and that's fine. But just be honest, especially nowadays. I feel like people don't have a reason to play those games. So that's just big for me. Everything else is case by case. I don't really have any other. I do. I just don't know off the top of my head because it's case by case. Yeah.
Gotcha. What's your thoughts on this? Because this is going around. What's your thoughts on this 50-50 concept? I gotta ask.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Listen, what I've seen growing up is very biblical in the sense where the man is the protector and the provider, and the woman is the nurturer and the peace and the teacher.
For sure.
So I feel like each gender has a role. God forbid if something was to happen to, for example, my father and my stepmother is a really great example. God forbid something were to happen. My stepmother's a warrior. So she had to pick it up to hold down the house, so she can do that. But my father's incapable of doing that. So that's what he does.
Mm-hmm.
My stepmother doesn't have to work. It's a choice. Now, my stepmother is passionate with her own projects and whatnot, so she get up and go, and she develops those projects and adds to the legacy of the family and the household.
Right.
And that's a beautiful thing. Absolutely. Like, so for me, if I was to, it was actually to happen for me, and I could potentially make more money than my whoever if I was to have a partner. And I feel as though he should be, man, secure in his masculinity, where it's okay if I was to make more money than him, but you still got to be a man in a sense where you have to provide. And there's other avenues of doing that. And sometimes roles be switched because of certain situations. And I feel like and I hate to say this because it sounds dismissive, but it's case by case.
By case.
With situations like the first date, I do feel it's tradition. The man should ask you out. He should court you. But I've gone on dates where our first interaction is, hey, let's go for a cup of coffee or go for a walk.
So you don't have a problem with the coffee date?
I don't have a problem with that.
Okay.
And I feel like whether you're a man or woman, you need to be careful. Because there are people out there, despite their gender, that you can get yourself into really unfortunate situations. So I feel like that's okay to like scout people. And I think that's okay. But then once you do, and then just go the regular traditional route for me. And then there's some women who just prefer to go half, and that's okay too. But I just prefer, I'm more traditional. And for the most part,
I got you, yeah.
I would prefer the man to be the provider and the protector. And if something were to happen, I'm a warrior.
There's no wrong answer, Ashley.
Have to.
I'm just asking your opinion.
Yes.
There's definitely no wrong answer.
I hope I didn't beat around the bush. Because I can be blunt, and I want to be blunt.
Yeah. You gave an answer. I felt where you were coming from. But we got that out of the way.
Yeah.
A man to be a provider, which I get it,
and
for
protector.
sure. Protector, cherisher, and sustainer of the woman in the family.
I'm open to 50-50, but I would prefer.
Yeah, your preference, yeah.
And I'd be the nurturer and the peace. Women forget. I feel like I've seen some women forget that. If you're blessed to be in those roles as a mother or a wife, we have to remember that we have to be the peace, especially if he's the provider. You have to. One thing my father taught me when I came back from LA, because I was very disappointed in that life wasn't happening the way I envisioned it. And one thing he taught me was like, you have to be the man's peace. You have to change your energy. Because
you were that aggressive?
I still am.
You still are?
I was so bad. That's embarrassing. No.
You don't be hitting dudes, do you?
No.
Okay.
Oh my God. Oh no. I could just be very like blunt.
Right.
Or forward or very tunnel vision. But you have to be a man's peace. And I've learned I'm learning that. But yeah, I think that's definitely a part of the role as a woman, is you definitely have to be a man's peace and the nurturer,
I know there's a lot of people, and I'm pretty sure people who remain in chaotic relationships and situations just to be with somebody. And I definitely agree. And I think as you get older, some people, you may tolerate it when you're young because you
don't
may be in love
better,
or you don't know better. You have an attachment to this person and you're just like, this is how, or you can't compare it with anything else. Or you think this is how it's supposed to be till you experience that person who doesn't do any of that and who's willing to effectively communicate with you and who won't stand for you talking that way or you conducting yourself that way. And once you realize that's gone, then you're like, hey,
it's probably best to part ways.
It's definitely growth. Next question, which is, I'm asking you questions because these are very popular topics that a lot of these guys discuss. What is your thoughts on a man asking you your body count?
I don't really think that it serves I don't really think it serves relevance. And it could it'd be triggering.
Would you take a man seriously who asked you what your body count was?
No.
And that's what I be trying to say.
If it's like we're friends or acquaintance and we're like really close, yeah, we can dare and
disclose
go there.
that stuff. Yeah.
I'm not. I would want to be friends with my partner. So I don't really have a problem with telling my body count if it's my partner, but just to keep things open
Right.
with my partners. But I'm not into that.
Yeah.
I just feel like that's so triggering. Not when you're dating.
Yeah.
If that's your husband, you guys, whatever, I guess that conversation may be had, but still going to be sensitive. It is what it is. I don't really think that serves anything. Well, what's its purpose? What is it serving?
What's the purpose?
And is it just light? No, it's never going to be a light conversation.
No, definitely not.
It's just not. I don't think it's appropriate.
Yeah.
Because it's not serving anybody. Right. It's not serving him. It's not serving you. And it can be triggering.
Because guys, I asked other ladies on the show here, because guys get upset when I say, why are you concerned about what her body count? Now, I understand if you grew up in this location with her and you've watched her go from dude to dude and all this stuff like that, and you saw that. But for you to ask a woman that you're dating, hey, what's your body count? And these guys who observe all this content per YouTube guidelines, is what I like to say. Per YouTube guidelines,
That's the first time I heard that one.
Yeah, a woman is not to have over 3 bodies per YouTube guidelines.
Are you serious?
I'm every time I say that, women are like, "Are you serious?" Yes, these guys are putting out because it's something that they call pair bonding. If a woman's been with over 3 men, she can't pair bond with a man because she's been contaminated for some reason. Wow. So this is what's being taught to these guys. Now, the weird thing is, or not the weird thing, but the beauty of it is, how would you ever know? Because somebody can lie.
They can lie
all
out
day
their
long.
Face.
Yeah. So how would you ever know? But a lot of these dudes, and I'm not saying you need to go and wipe up a porn star, or someone who used to work the Blade.
Like that.
Yeah, and it doesn't mean that she won't treat you. And I'm not advocating this. It doesn't mean that she won't treat you like a king, or treat you, or cook, clean, all these other things that you want her to do. That she won't massage or be a good person to you. You know, but I can see how that would be concerning. You'd want to know her past, if she used to be a back page woman or one of those things. So, yeah. You know, but I figured I'd ask you that just to get your. Now I'm going to continue to ask women their opinion on that, because dudes just feel like that's a common thing to ask a woman, and I'm just
it's not.
How could a woman take you seriously? Hey, what's your body count? How many? Next, you want to know what positions. Right. How big was this Johnson? Just that leads into other things, because I don't think it just stops there.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
One thing I found here in Atlanta is that people do ask for your STI screening. Oh, they do ask. Yes, when I first got out here,
I don't see anything. Yeah, I don't see anything wrong with that. But go ahead.
I personally haven't been asked that.
Yeah.
But the girls that I met out here that I had linked with when I first got out here, they was like, "Girl, you gotta be careful in Atlanta. Like, people will ask you like your test results. You have to have them like on your mobile device, like ready to go." And I'm like, okay, wow, yeah. So they're asking that, and then they're asking your body count. It's weird out here. This is why I stay at home. A lot of women stay at home. Let me just say that. A lot of women or men who are single, they stay in the house. It gets weird out there. It's weird.
She said you need to have,
it on your mobile device to go.
Unless it's within the past 2 weeks, but you could easily do something the night before or the day of.
So it gets weird out here, and I don't want to dive too much into that, but honey, it gets weird out here. So I think that question is just completely inappropriate when you're dating somebody. Get to know the person.
Yeah.
Keep it PG-13, but be honest.
Yeah.
You know, and do your research.
Yeah. I think it's very important, though, that question of what you just said, if someone has an STI or an STD, you know what I'm saying? That's definitely an important question.
You have to be
to ask
transparent with
someone.
those things. You allow people to know what they're getting themselves into.
Right.
And the next thing they're going to be asking you what your credit file, what your credit score is. You know?
I think that's later on down the line. If you get
I don't know, because there was a dating show I watched where that was a topic.
What's your credit score right off top?
Yes. Not right off top. It was like the third or fourth date in, and they was like, what's your credit score? Wait a minute. This is why I'm staying in the house for the most part.
Credit score, yeah, that shows responsibility. Like I was telling you, I did credit for 5 years. And the things that, and this is going to segue into my next question, because I think here in Atlanta, and I want to get your thoughts on this, that people see appearances and they think that they have to keep up with this, they have to do certain things, that this person is getting this amount of money, so on and so forth, and you'd be shocked at these influencers, what's really going on behind the scenes. What's your thoughts on that?
Funny story. I had a manager, because I worked at this car rental place, and the manager, he was in the scene in Atlanta.
Okay.
Went out clubbing a lot, so he knew a lot of people, and so did this girl. And so a customer walked in, and he was like that. He was like an influencer, and yo, I'm this. Give me this car. I want to rent it. You know what you mean? It got declined. Blah blah blah. So the manager comes up to me and goes, "Oh." He's like, yeah, you got on credit cards? I'm like, damn, he has a lot of credit cards. Yeah, and he got shit on none of them either. Maxed out all of them. And, so I say all that to say, it's all a facade.
It's all
Smoking
a facade.
mirrors. Smoking mirrors. The ones who are rich, they wear the same T-shirt and jeans every day, to and from work or whatever, or they just keep a low profile. And you would never know. You would have to be in the know to know. So it's all smoke and mirrors. I'm not into that. I'm definitely professional and respect my clients when I go to see them and meet them and whatnot, or when I go to audition, depending on the role I'm auditioning for, I may dress a certain way, but I try to keep it simple. But it's the facade. I'm not into that, which is probably why I didn't stay in LA too much, because I'm not into that, and I'm not into folks who showing off like that. Those are usually the brokers of the broke, the liars of the lies, the jokes of the jokes. It's the quiet one in the corner, or those are the ones.
I definitely agree, because I've been shocked here a few times about the ones who are influencers and what's really going on.
I'm not even shocked anymore. Now I just find it absolutely hilarious.
Yeah.
I find it funny. It's like, okay.
Sheesh.
It's unfortunate, but yes, that's my thoughts on that.
Got you.
Smoke and mirrors.
So Ashley, have you ever been in love?
Of course.
How many times? Too much to count?
No, don't do it.
No, I'm just
Shady.
asking. No.
Shady.
I just
Absolutely not.
Some people fall in love a lot.
Oh, okay, like hopeless romantic.
Hopeless romantic. They fall in love, and they have a big heart.
Yeah,
you know?
Hey. No, I could probably count on one hand how many times I fell in love. Yeah. My high school sweetheart. Once in my 20s, once in my 30s. Yeah, 2-3 times.
2-3 times.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
How do you know when you're in love?
That we could sit in a room for hours, be bored, and not really have to say much to each other, but just enjoy each other's company, and subconsciously, not even. Oh, wow, we've been sitting in here for a while. Oh, okay. That's when I know that not only am I comfortable, but this is my person. Yeah.
A few times, because I asked that question because there's been a few women I've asked, and they said that they've never been in love.
Oh, wow.
They've been with guys that they just, maybe what he could do for her, or maybe he was funny, but she never was actually in love.
Oh, okay.
That's why I was asking.
Yeah, I just feel like it's different folks. I've heard that before too.
Mm-hmm.
And I just go, wow, really? Yeah. I don't know. I still have love for those gentlemen. I'm not sure they
Those
have that
gentlemen.
for me.
Yeah.
But for the most part, I can have a conversation with an ex or an ex or two.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like certain relationships, when you have certain relationship, you should be able to have a friend in that person. Always.
For sure,
Especially
absolutely.
if you shared that energy and that space and that time with the person. I feel like you should have a friendship with that person. We don't need to see each other like that.
Yeah.
But we run into each other, oh my God, hi, how are you? Is this your wife or your baby? Oh my God, how are you? It's good to see you. And
Right.
it's not on no fakeness. It's just honestly,
Yeah.
it's genuine. Like, how you doing? It's good to see you. I'm happy for you. Yeah, but I'm over here still single. Excuse me.
Hey, this life is a journey. Life is a journey. It
But
is
I'm
what
okay
it
with
is.
that.
Because
Yeah.
you never know what's going on behind the scenes at the
You
end
never
of the day.
know. Yes.
So you've been in love. That's awesome.
Yes. How about you? Okay.
I th- I think I have. I think I
Okay.
have.
Okay. Yes. Drink that. I
So,
need a refill. Thanks.
oh man, hey, yeah, you know. But so you mentioned Rocksteady earlier.
Yeah.
Where do you people who are coming to Atlanta?
Yeah.
Where would you suggest? Where's the best place to meet people at in Atlanta?
Yeah. Yeah. Fellowship is a nice spot.
Fellowship.
Yeah,
Okay.
Fellowship is nice. I'm not a big cigar person,
Yeah.
but Fellowship, it's just a nice vibe. It's a cool vibe. You meet
Now,
a
is
lot
there
of people.
is there smoke all throughout the whole place,
Not the whole.
or is it just
Yeah,
designated?
For the most part.
Said, yeah.
For the most part,
Okay.
absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
But there's not everybody who goes there are cigar smokers, and a lot of people go there because they never had a cigar before.
Mm-hmm.
But it's more the vibe. You randomly, I saw stars coming there, like Tiana Taylor. You know,
Right.
I've seen Cam obviously stops by,
Right.
but I've seen a lot of other stars too that come through. But it's just calm, cool. And I'm a New Englander, so when we see like celebrities or when we don't go, oh my God. But there, it's celebs can go there and just like chill. You can see and go. You see some people like double
Right.
back, but it's a vibe. Rocksteady is dope. You go there, you can really let loose and have a good
What
time.
type of place is Rocksteady?
Rocksteady is a restaurant. The food is good. I love the oxtail pasta.
Okay.
I'm not saying it right because the
Rasta
cuisine.
pasta.
It's,
Oxtail
yeah,
pasta,
but it's
yeah,
oxtail
yeah,
pasta.
oxtail,
Yes, it's
gotcha,
like that,
yeah.
but it's more of Alfredo sauce, and it's still spicy.
Mm-hmm.
Delicious, my favorite plate because it is Haitian cuisine influenced.
I know I love Haitian food. I love Haitian food too.
Hey, yes,
Naboule.
yes.
Yeah.
So very good food, and then upstairs is the dance and the bar, like a dance floor and the bar.
What nights is this?
Tuesdays is they have like a bamba,
Mm-hmm.
and then like a bamba dance thing, and it's like every other night they have like something going, like a different vibe. But for the most part, you can go there and just have a drink at the bar and have. Like I said, I've taken myself on a couple of dates there by myself.
Say less. Yeah.
But I've met people. I've met beautiful men, beautiful women, and all type 4s, type 3 hair. Yes.
You had to go to the hair, huh?
Yes, I had to. Yes, honey. And the afros are going, the curls,
Yeah.
the wash and goes are going. I'm loving it. It's definitely a vibe. Check that out. Another spot I will recommend is, let me think of, because I know sometimes I can get this place wrong, but it came and then it went. But yes, those two spots is definitely a popular one. I can't think of another one right now.
You're
But
naming
yes.
all places in Marietta, huh? Because I just looked it up. It's in Marietta.
What?
Rocksteady.
Rocksteady's in Marietta?
Yeah.
No, it's Marietta Street.
Marietta Street, sorry.
Yes, but it's in Fulton County. Yes.
Oh, okay. Got you. I'm
Yes.
sorry. I'm
Listen,
sorry.
honey.
Yeah. Hey, my bad. Fulton County. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So those
yes.
are the last young lady I had on here. She said that if you want to meet people,
Yeah.
you should go during a weekday versus
Yes.
the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Do you agree with that?
I agree 1,000%.
Why is that?
I don't know. It's just like the grown and sexy vibe.
Yeah.
And it's not douche. You know,
Yeah.
that's really weekend.
Right.
But a random Tuesday or a random Wednesday or even a Monday. Nice.
On a Monday.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. Monday nights it's nice in Atlanta from my experience. And I don't go out too much.
Mm-hmm.
In my big girl age, 9 o'clock, I'm like, because at 7 o'clock, I'm either up running or up working out,
Right.
or I'm just up trying to get a couple of stuff in before
sure.
I go out and get the day started. So I'm like 9 o'clock, I'm out of there, you know. But if I do and work up the courage to go out, I would do a Monday or a Tuesday or a Wednesday.
Got you.
Absolutely. Yeah, because it's the growing sexy vibe. You really get to meet some really nice people out there and networking very well without even trying. Yeah.
That's what's up. So Rocksteady and what was the other place?
Fellowship.
Rocksteady and Fellowship, folks. If you're in Atlanta and you want to meet some cool people, for sure.
Yeah.
So last question for you, Ashley.
Mm-hmm.
I lost my thought, but it's good. You know, we can edit it.
Edit that. Yes.
What is something that you wish that men knew about women that they always seem to miss?
I don't know.
You don't know?
It's case by case. That is so. I do not like that answer, but yes, it just know the woman. And I say that, and I know that sounds so vague, but watch her.
Mm-hmm.
It's very telling. I feel like that's with either man or a woman. That way, what you can provide for this woman, and it doesn't. I'm not talking finance. I'm talking mentally, emotionally. Can you provide for her that way? Can you be that rock? Can you be a family to her and build, not even to potentially see that down the road? I feel like men don't get to know the woman, but then again, men can be very observant, and they do watch. Keep doing that. But understand that even if a woman, because I think the topic that comes up a lot is, I'm a traditional woman as well, like I said earlier, but understand that, yeah, you're a man, yeah, you lead, but we're in a different day and age now. Society's different. The economy is different. And things are changing. We don't know for the better or for worse. This is an election year. I'm not trying to be so specific, but I feel like men need to understand and respect the fact that we had to hold down the home. So a lot of the reasons why you get that alpha female and a woman may try to match a man's energy, right. Men don't need to match her energy or just dismiss her immediately like, oh, she's disrespectful, like I ain't got time for that. Give her a second, because she may had no other choice, and she is coming off that way because she doesn't know how to relax and put her superwoman cape down. Because I know for a fact, for me, it's been like survival mode. Because I just been out there trying to get it. And I know when it's time to go home. But when I am out here in the world by myself, I'm not comfortable with putting down my superwoman cape. And please believe me, I want to.
Right.
I'm tired. Okay. I'm so tired. But understand what she has been through before you just write her off as, oh no, like she's or she's tough to deal with. Hear her story. Get to know her background. Don't just be like, oh no, she's not my piece. She's just too whatever, she's trying to match and make. She thinks she's a man. No, she doesn't think that. That's what she had to do. She's in survival mode. Give her a reason to not have to be in survival mode. So just know her story. Because it's not just all about his story. So that's what I think men don't do. They don't give women grace because we had to do it lately on our own. Not a lot of people are getting married. And if they are, they're unfortunately getting divorced. People are not staying together as long as our grandparents. Some of us are parents, which is really nice because most of our parents are divorced, especially us millennials and Gen Zs. I'm sorry, not, well, Gen Zs, yeah. But millennials and Generation X, most of our parents are not married. They're divorced. Our grandparents may have been married for 20, 40 years, but we don't really have too many of those examples. So men had to hold on the fort on their own and really wasn't forced to be the protector, be the provider, and be the husband and really seek that. They have been accustomed to having a bunch of options. You know?
Right.
Oh, there's 20 women to one man ratio.
Ooh. Yeah, go ahead.
Of course, a man's going to go a little crazy here, especially with women being self-sufficient and having the ability to make their own income and take care of themselves. There's a lot more freedom, or not freedom, but a lot more opportunities for women to be self-sufficient. And some of them had no choice because now the ratio has switched now to the accessibility, especially with social media. It's just out there. So why is it? Man doesn't really have to try. It's just given to him. So it's been switched, and the women who are actually, as they say, high value women, whatever, we had to do it on our own. So we're in survival mode. So if you find a woman and she's a bad woman, she's a bad bitch, as they say. Give her a second if she does come across brass to understand her history. Because she may have had to just do, that's all she knows how to do.
Right.
So give her a reason to go into her complete feminine energy and be that peace and be that nurturer to you. Because believe me, I am definitely a Wonder Woman type A personality type woman. And yeah, I'm going to come across with, but I want to put my cape down for her.
Yeah.
Just a minute.
It's coming. It's coming.
I'm tired.
It's coming at you.
So just give her a second. Watch her. There's a reason for everything. Nothing is really done in vain, especially not in my world. I think that men need to give women grace that we had to be those warrior women, you know.
I think what you're saying is dope, and I guess a lot of that comes with understanding.
Yes.
But some men don't have the patience for
don't.
that. You know what I mean? Especially if things are like kind of rocky in the beginning, and he's facing resistance. And one thing about resistance is resistance becomes stronger. It doesn't become weaker. It becomes stronger. So some guys aren't with that. But I think you said some things in terms of if you have a plethora, and this was something me and my co-host talked about on the first episode. If you have an abundance of women, I think the same thing goes for women, because women typically have an abundance of men to deal with or to choose from. But if a man finds a woman that may be less trouble or troublesome, he's not gonna. I don't have to
put in that work.
Put in the work, crack the code, and
why? I got 20 of them over here.
Yeah. Why do I have to go through all this to try and get her, disarm her?
There you go.
And
Boom.
make her feel like. Make her feel like she's ready to talk to me if I'm getting all this resistance. So I can see where a man would come from with that, especially if there's a woman that isn't going to put up that type of wall and resistance. So, but I get where you're coming from. I did ask you, and that was a great answer.
You did put me on the spot a little bit. At first, I was like, I don't know.
But you came through with the answer. You know. Wrapping it up here. Where can people, if they want to buy or sell their home, how can they find you?
At Ashley's Realty. That's Instagram and my TikTok. Or you can go to ashleylattimore.com.
Oh, she's got her own website.
Yes.
I know that's right. Yeah.
ashleylattimore.com. Or you can just simply type in Ashley Lattimore in Google and my website will pop up, my listings. I have a beautiful home in Douglasville right now, active.
That's right.
Yes, a beautiful home. And actually, we just adjusted the price. It's a really good deal. I also have another beautiful home in Canton, Georgia. And that one it's really nice. Actually, it has a movie theater in the basement that the owner built.
Wow.
You may have to come up to Canton just to take a nice little tour because you never know.
Mm-hmm.
And with the interest rates starting to go down, give me a call and Google me at ashleylattimore.com, at Ashley's Realty on Instagram, TikTok, and Ashley Lattimore on Facebook. I'm there. So, yeah, that's how you could find me.
And the
More
same
than happy
goes
to
for
help you.
if they want to book you for gigs or like
Yes,
acting or
absolutely.
you know, things like that. Same way.
I like to make it very simple for those to find me. It's not hard to find me online.
Yeah.
Whether by that skit
Yeah.
or any videos that I do, any tours of my listings or homes that I just found that were beautiful that a colleague of mine has a listing for. Love to help out those buyers who are interested in getting out here to Atlanta. And we also help with leasing as well. You know? And it's a lot of people who are leasing their homes. And yeah, and as an actress, you can definitely contact me at Ashley Lattimore on Instagram as well. I have 2 pages.
Yeah.
One's at Ashley Lattimore and one's at Ashley's Realty. So I try to make it as simple as possible, and you can reach me on either one.
Yeah. And it'll be in the description of this video too.
Yes. So that's how you can find me. Yes.
Awesome. Any last? I shouldn't even say any last words. Anything you? Any words that? Any last words? You know.
I know it was like this.
Yeah. Any words that you want to leave to these beautiful people?
words.
Any parting words that you would like to leave for these people? These beautiful people here.
Timing and patience is a virtue.
100. I just noticed this. Has this light been changing all this
No,
time? It just
that's
changed?
the first time it did that.
Yeah, because I'm like, what the, you know.
I wonder what did that.
I don't know.
I think that's the universe telling us that's
It's
wrap.
blue, you know. But
Ooh, now it's doing multicolors.
yeah, something
It's so
must
fun
have-
here.
That's weird, but anyway. But yeah, this has been great, Ashley. I appreciate you coming in and giving us this great interview and information on Atlanta and your experience that I'm pretty sure a lot of the ladies who, and I think
men.
I already, and men, and I think you already gave information to the ladies who may be looking to move here to Atlanta.
Yes,
You know what I
yes.
mean? And those who are looking to meet new people and things like that. We'll have all of Ashley's information linked below. It's been a great interview here.
So no more asking, who's that girl in that video?
Who's that girl in
I'm
that
right
video?
here.
She's right here. Miss Ashley Lattimore.
Yes.
So anyway, guys,
And JR, thank you for having me.
oh yeah, absolutely. I appreciate you showing up.
So
This is
much.
dope, you
Yes.
know. And with that being said, guys, like, share, comment, and subscribe. Much blessings and abundance. Make sure you guys check out Ashley. As I said, her information will be linked below in the description of this video. If you guys are in the Atlanta area and you're interested in sharing your experience in Atlanta, make sure you guys click the link that will also be in the description below. Be glad to hear from you. And with that being said, much blessings and abundance. Stick around for the next videos that's going to pop up on the screen below, including the podcast playlist where you can find more episodes like this. And this is your favorite everything. This is JR, and I have the lovely Ashley Lattimore here. And we're going to catch you guys on the next one. I'm out of here. Peace.
Bye.